Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Blank Space. Today, we have a very special guest. Pej Vahdat is an Iranian American actor who has a reputation for bringing nuance and depth to his roles. He is well loved for his recurring role as Arastu Vaziri on the Fox series Bones, a portrayal that broke barriers by bringing a beautifully crafted Persian Muslim character onto network TV and all over the world in syndication. Vahdat has also given fantastic performances on many shows. And here are just a few: Shameless, Elementary, Arrow, The Good Doctor, NCIS, Lucifer, Sneaky Pete, City on a Hill, The Rookie, Feds, Will and Grace, Empire, Dynasty, The Old Man, Tracker, Poker Face, and Daredevil Born Again. I'm sure you've heard of every single one of those. And his film credits include A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, The Day Shall Come, and Hope Springs Eternal. And he has lent his voice to many projects, including major video games such as Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Dead Space, Spider-Man 2, The Last of Us Part 2, and Starfield. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm blushing. Jeez, that's so weird to hear out loud.
I know, it kind of feels like, actors, we always feel like, oh God, we're not doing anything, we're not doing
No,
enough. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, that's a pretty good list.
yeah.
Your list is particularly
Oh,
spectacular, I
thank
have to
you.
say.
Appreciate it. Like you said, I never ever feel that way. Ever.
Yeah, no, it's
Crazy.
what we do as actors. We do
Yeah,
that to ourselves.
I know.
Um, I'm seeing a slight similarity between us because um, I play a lot of lawyers, and I'm wondering, I see you're on a lot of medical shows. Do you play
Mm.
an awful lot of doctors?
I wouldn't say a lot. I've had a good. I mean, I guess Aristu was technically he became a doctor, but he was a scientist. He wasn't a medical doctor. Um, yeah, I wouldn't say a lot of
No?
doctors.
Okay. I
No,
kept seeing like
I should.
hospital show on,
Yeah, I
like,
know, I know.
including some of my favorites like House.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God, that was my
goodness.
first job. One of my first jobs, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
what? How did you luck
so
into that
cool.
being one of your first jobs?
I was doing a workshop. Back in the day, you would do those workshops.
Yep.
Yeah. And I did a workshop, and I guess they liked me. And then the casting associate told the casting director, "This guy's pretty good. We should bring him in." And they brought me in, and it went well. And then it was a guest star, but it was one of my earlier ones, and
I
it was
mean, on
like I
House,
was
though.
yeah, I know, it's so crazy, and he was so lovely. I couldn't tell you how
Hugh
nice he
is,
was. Oh,
I love Hugh so much. He's one
oh,
of the best people.
yeah,
I love spending time
he was
around him. I've only
fantastic.
spent time around him like in the workspace and,
Yeah,
a couple times in like private situation, like social situations, but what a lovely human being.
yeah, he was awesome to me, and I was young and nervous, and he was
Oh,
just so kind. And yeah, I always took that with me because the more you do this, the more sometimes you don't deal with the nicest people.
yeah.
And it's like as if they don't get how nervous we are. Like, did you forget some point?
I don't think they care. I think some people kind of get off on the like, it makes them feel a little superior to do that, which is,
Yeah, yeah, deep
it's not
insecurity.
only unkind, yeah,
Yeah,
so much about insecurity. And it's unkind, and it also kind of, it doesn't behoove your project to do that. You should allow
mm,
your actors, even if they have one line, to feel like they're
totally.
part of the project
Yeah,
and that they belong and they get to play like everybody else. That makes it
hmm,
better.
totally, 100%. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like that reminds me. My favorite living actor is Bryan Cranston, and Brian, I was lucky enough to work with him, and he was that guy. Like he literally had us all at. He sent us an email and said, "I don't care how big or small your idea is. I don't care if it's bad, good, or just throw them out there because this is a team game. And if it's no good, we'll keep going. No worries. If it's great, we're going to use it. And the more ideas we come together, this project's going to be incredible. And we're all the same, and just like this. I'm telling you, he
Kind.
wasn't bullshitting because there was a background actor who threw out an idea during a shot, and he took it.
Wow.
He took it and gave him credit. He didn't take it There are some people who take
Wow.
ideas and they don't
Yes.
credit the and it was so lovely, and it was just such a great, it's such an opposite of what we were saying that's just now. It's like he is
Yeah.
that guy. Yeah.
I my experience is that more and more as I go along, the industry seems to be shifting towards that kind of actor because people just don't want
They
to
don't have the
work with
time.
a-holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just no one wants to. We're so lucky to get to do what we want to do, and the
Yeah.
people at the top are spending so much money that nobody wants to deal with it.
Right. Exactly.
There's no point.
And we all hit the
Yeah.
lottery. Like, what are you miserable about?
Honestly,
It's so
like,
weird to me. Like, go home, dude, if you don't want to work.
thank you. Thank
What are
you.
you
So many
like, get
people
out of
would
here.
love to be where you are.
I
So
hate
many
it. I
people.
remember getting in an argument with this actor because the older I get, the less patience I have with it. And I think, I've always dealt with this insecurity of being a brown actor in this business, and it's almost like they're doing me a favor by letting me work sometimes. And maybe
Hmm.
that's me, maybe I'm projecting it onto them. I don't know what it's from, but the but the
It's sort of valid.
yeah, but the more I've gotten to a space where, I feel, okay, look, dude, I've done enough. I'm here, right? I got in an argument with this actor on set once, and he didn't know his dialogue, and I hate that. I think it's so disrespectful. Forget me. I'm talking about the crew,
Yes,
people who are
everybody.
busting their ass, right?
Time.
And I
Time.
just went off, and I'm like, weren't you a fucking waiter a year ago? And not to belittle waiting tables.
No, but I
And
know what you
I was a
mean.
waiter. I meant
I
you were
I was a
dying for
hostess,
this job,
but it's like because of that, I know that you were a waiter because you were waiting for your job to
and you're
come,
here
like the
now.
real job.
Yeah, the job you were dreaming of, quote unquote,
Hmm.
and it's here, and you don't even know your dialogue? How is that
Yeah.
possible? Unless there was
Yeah.
some emergency back at home, which I know there wasn't. The disrespect for our art and the people here drives me insane. And I just
It's
couldn't hold my
terrible.
tongue. I was like, I
No,
don't give a
but
shit.
good for you. I mean, good for you because sometimes people need that one check to be like, oh God,
Yeah.
I need to show up prepared. Like I can't, this is not, yeah, I can play, but I
The
need to
bare
play while
minimum.
knowing my lines. I was a guest star once on a show and I had this scene where I was being not interrogated, interviewed about something that had happened. It was a cop show. And I had this like big dramatic thing where I had to cry through it and then stop crying and cry through it.
Oh,
And the guy I was working with did not know his lines, series regular, and he kept screaming, line. And I was like,
oh my God.
and the director actually came in and was like, I am so sorry. Thank you for being able to go in and out of it. I know this is really difficult. And I was like, uh-huh. like, oh my God. Yeah. And he wasn't not in the lead. If listen, we've all had that scene that we can't get in our heads or
That's
whatever, or that
different.
one line in a monologue we
Totally.
have to,
Yeah.
I would be mortified if somebody was excited to come on a show as a guest star and this was like one of their three scenes and they're doing like the best they can and putting
Yeah.
everything into it
Yeah.
and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I would be mortified.
Mortified. I mean, I have those dreams where I don't know my dialogue. I hate it. I can't get rid of them. But I
The
would
actor's
never do
nightmare.
that. I would
No.
never ever do that. It's
Mm-mm.
just so disrespectful, and it's so, I don't know. I just lose so much respect for people who don't know their shit, and it happens a lot, unfortunately.
Well, it's taking things for granted as well. It's taking it for
Sure.
granted. There's a
Yeah.
there's a little there's a bit of people feeling a little privileged in there, like they're not disposable or replaceable. And let me tell you, there is no actor that well, maybe there's a couple, but most actors are replaceable.
But
So
the ones who aren't, quote unquote, aren't, are so incredible and so prepared and so talented.
yes,
Like
yes.
they, like the biggest star, I mean, not to name drop, but like Denzel Washington is unreal. Like he knows everything, and he is there and prepared and working. Incredible.
Amazing.
Colin Farrell, forget about it. No one kinder or more prepared. Just like
And this is part of what makes them great,
right,
right?
and they're quote unquote indispensable, right? And
Yeah, and I
they're
mean,
there.
can you imagine showing up and not knowing your lines and like that level of actor is like prepared and expecting you to like give your best and you're just kind of like
It's just like, why are you here then?
yeah.
I mean, okay, I guess it's for the money, but like, I don't know. There's
Well,
easier
no,
ways to make money.
I think it's more for the a lot of people get into this because they want to be famous,
Right.
right?
Yeah, especially in
So,
LA. In LA is a lot of that. Yeah,
yep,
yeah,
there certainly is. Now, you grew up in California, right? But in the
yeah,
north.
yeah. San Jose Bay Area.
Hmm. Oh, that's right, representing the Bay
Yes,
Area.
yes,
But
yes.
you were born in Tehran.
I was. I was born there, and then 3 months later we left because
Wow.
it was during the revolution.
Hmm.
So we went to Germany for about, I don't know the exact timeline, but I want to say anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So I was like just about to turn 1 year old when we were in San Jose.
Wow.
So I don't know anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's where I
there's
was.
there are a lot of actually Persian actors I know who around your age who the
Yeah, yeah.
same thing
Same thing.
happened,
All of us. Yeah,
and they ended up in like Sweden or,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
different
London.
places.
Yeah. Austria. A lot of Swedes. You're right. A lot.
Yeah, yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of Swedes.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure you know Shore Agdashloo. Do
Yeah.
you know
She
her
played my
personally?
mom. Yeah. She played my mom on Bones.
Oh, I didn't
Legend.
realize that.
Yeah.
She is one of my favorite people on the
Legend.
planet. I have always loved her, and I was in two different shows with her, but we didn't perform together.
Oh, okay.
And I remember going up to her like, like a premiere party and just being like, I mean, and just being so nervous. And then I
She's
was
so nice.
honored to spend a few days with her at a film
Hmm.
festival, like,
Hmm.
and I cannot think of a more talented, wonderful, gorgeous
Mm.
human being and funny. Oh my God.
She, she, honest, I was so nervous, and she came she was on like my show, I guess. And um, I remember when the casting director is a really good friend of mine. She goes, "We got Shorehead to play your mom." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! No way!" And she goes, "We got Shorehead to play your mom." I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then I met her. I was really nervous. I was like, "Please don't be mean. Please don't be mean." She was so nice, and I was like, "Is it okay if we call my mom?" And she
Well,
called my
yeah.
mom, and she like FaceTime my mom. My mom freaked out. It was so cool, and she's been great. And her husband actually came on too, and because he's a brilliant actor himself, and he was guest starring as well one time, years later. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
So
didn't know that she was on that. I will watch anything that she is on. I think
she's
she is
phenomenal. She's phenomenal.
magic.
Yeah, I mean, I think as great as she is in English, you can multiply that times 10 in Farsi.
Oh, I wish I understood
Oh my
Farsi.
God, she will blow your socks off. It's
The
like,
first time that I remember watching her was 24,
oh
and
yeah,
I was like, "Who is this incredible actor?"
I was an extra on 24.
Were you?
Yeah.
God, I started as background as well. Um, I if she you are so I mean, you're lucky, but like that must have been quite the
It's
experience.
awesome to watch too. She's a magician. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. I
Amazing.
think we have another project in the works together.
Really?
I think. I mean, I'm signed on. I
Okay.
think she's gonna sign on.
Okay. Well, she
I
loves
re-
working,
she
so
does,
I
and it's
mean,
an incredible project. I guess I'm assuming she'll do it because it's so good, but
yeah.
she might be too busy. I don't know. But from what I understand, it looks like it might happen.
I don't yeah, I mean, I think right now she might be planning her daughter's wedding, but
Is that
I
right?
I think so, but
Oh, very cool.
I don't know. That was the last time I saw her, which was a while ago, but that may have come and gone for all I know.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Um, okay, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I need to know about Sasko Hill and Associates and Jason Vaughan.
Oh my god.
I need to know about Jason Vaughan.
I've never
Please tell me
heard
about
someone
Jason
ask
Vaughan.
me about Sasko Hill and Associates. I've heard who's Jason Vaughn? Oof, okay. That's funny. That's really good. Good research. Okay, so it was like 2000, I want to say 2005 or 6 thereabouts, and I'd been in LA for about 3 or 4 years, and I was struggling a lot. And like I couldn't get a real agent, quote unquote, real agent. Every time I would meet with a good agency, they would say, "Well, we have one of you."
Ugh.
Literally, we have one of you. And I was like, a lot of my friends were that one person. I'm like, God, I just missed the boat, I guess, for real representation here. So I was selling aircraft parts over the phone as my side job. And my buddy who was working with me was like, well, you really can't sell aircraft parts over the phone with your name post 9/11, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh boy.
I'm like, yeesh, yeah, that's kind of true. You're right. So I had a agent. I would never change my name, and I had so many agents trying to change my name early.
Ditto.
And it was so important to me that my dad's last name be on the screen one day because of the sacrifice he made for us to be here. But commercially, I just wanted to work. I didn't give a shit. I had a commercial agent who wanted me to change my name, make it more ethnically ambiguous. I'm like, whatever. There's no uh, billing for commercials, so if that's gonna get me in the door, fucking do it. Sorry, can I curse? I'm cursing like crazy.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Um, so she goes, great. What name do you like? I'm like, I always like the name Jason. That's kind of cool. And she goes, okay, Jason, something with a V. I'm like, I just had seen like Wedding Crashers or something. I'm like, what about Vaughn? She goes, perfect. Jason Vaughn. I'm like, great. And we made like headshots with it, Jason Vaughn headshots. So I was at this, that was I only had a commercial agent at the time. So then I was selling aircraft parts. I'm like, well, might as well go with Jason Vaughn to sell these aircraft parts. So I'm using that name. And then the buddy of mine who was also at this, it was his company. He was an actor and he would make good money doing this aircraft stuff. And he gave me a gig. So he's like, why don't we just start our own agency? Because I couldn't get one. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, if we can come up with $5,000, we can buy a SAG franchise agency and get the breakdowns legitimately, not like the online fake way of getting it if you illegally get it, right? I'm like, and then submit ourselves? He goes, yeah, we just have to pretend that we're agents. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I don't have $5,000. I have 200 bucks tops at the time. And then I'm like, my best friend on the planet Earth got a real job out of college, had some money. So, and I had just sold this turbine for $5,000, but I wasn't going to get paid on it for a while. So then I call him up. I go, dude, I need to borrow 5 grand. I'm trying to do this thing. He's like, done. He sends it to me immediately. We bought the agency thing. We start getting the breakdowns. We have headshots set up because at the time it wasn't just online submissions. There was also hard copy submissions. So we would do it while we were selling the aircraft parts, all day pitching that. Then we would pitch ourselves and friends of mine who didn't have reps. I would be like, I got you. Let me submit you. And I would just be doing both things all day long. And then finally, I got a movie audition and then I booked it. And then I took that booking to a real agent and said, here's 10% rep me. And they're like, all right. And I just kept doing that until I got with who I'm at basically now. I just kept thinking, well, no one's signing me. They're not giving me a shot and I'm not getting auditions. It's not happening. So
Brilliant.
we started Sasko Hill and Associates.
Brilliant. And listen, what is your degree in? Is it management?
Business manager, but I was a tennis
Business.
player. I was actually a professional tennis player. Like I went to college, played tennis, and then turned pro. And then I didn't like it and kept my scholarship, came back, and then found theater and quit. So that was
So
that
you
was
have
my.
been your own business for a long time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tennis was I'm not the biggest fan of my life as a tennis player, but the one good thing it taught me was how to be self-sufficient because it's a very
Hmm.
lonely sport.
Hmm.
And acting is very lonely when you're not working.
Yeah,
Getting acting work is very lonely, especially in the beginning. So
it's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
But do you feel like your degree has helped you? Because the business side of this industry, I think, is what a lot of people don't understand.
If you mean business side as far as like how to get in rooms and like
Yes.
yes, money wise, I'm awful with it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm awful, and that's one thing I don't understand. I mean, sidebar: why does SAG have an actor as the president? And why not some
Well,
hedge fund brilliant dude or gal or whoever from like Wall Street? Like
yeah,
what are we doing?
I
We're
listen,
all terrible with money.
terrible.
And there's
We
a
need
reason we have
somebody who
agents
knows how to
negotiating.
Exactly. We need
I
someone who
I'll
understands the
never understand
business
it.
of it
Yeah, I'll
and
never
how to
understand
raise
that.
money for it
Yeah,
and, how to invest in everybody's pensions. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
not be scared, right? Actors,
Mhm.
we work from fear, right? Especially when it comes to money. I mean, I only know 2 or 3 friends of mine who are like sharks with money as actors. But
Yeah.
those guys have the privilege of not worrying about it
Mhm.
or
It's
not
very
having
different.
to, let's put it that way. And when you do, as artists worry, well, you're gonna take the first offer you know what I'm saying? Like that's why anyway, that's a side note. But yes,
Yeah.
Jason Vaughn called and pitched. Pej Vahdat would call all day long. I remember one time I was my very first test, um, and I was in the casting office after we became friends. I didn't get it, but like she's incredible. And I was in her office for an audition kind of early, and then all her assistants are sitting there. I'm like, you know that I used to call your office and pitch myself. And she goes, what? This is Gail Pillsbury. I don't know if you know who she is. She's
Uh-huh.
fucking awesome. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, and I told her the Jason Bond stuff. She goes, would you shut up and don't tell people that? Because not everyone's normal and like people will start doing that shit. So yeah, that was a time of my life that was extremely stressful,
Yeah.
very hard. I guess, you look back and go, damn, I can't believe I did that. There's no way I would do that today.
No, the balls that we have when we're younger, it's incredible. There are things I think
Incredible.
back to, I'm like, there's no way I would ever get a not only do it, but get away with it now. It's just
Sneaking
no
on
way.
lots, I would sneak on lots and drop off headshots. I mean, the crazy shit I did. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, that's why I kind of get resentful when I hear someone. I'm all about helping actors. I want actors to thrive. But when I hear someone go like, I want to give it a shot. And I'm like, you want to give what a shot? You want to give it a shot? What
I
does that
know it's
mean?
kind of like saying like they're gonna try to get a reservation somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No, it's like that's so insulting and
Yeah.
it just like makes you feel like, do you think this is easy? You have
Yeah.
to love this to want to do this. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. I don't advise it, to be honest.
No, I don't advise it either. I always say, we know that whole Einstein, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And that's what we do as actors. We go to these auditions and we don't book most of the time, but we're like, no, 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 it's going to be the next one. It's going to be the next one. We
It's a
keep doing it.
blind faith that if you don't have it, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. Like sometimes you wonder, after every job, you're like, oh, that's it. That's the last one, probably, right? And it's so funny when you hear like superstar actors saying that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. How is that possible? But I
Because
guess
it's
maybe they
it's
feel it.
actual PTSD. It's
Yeah,
actual PTSD. It's so like that fear is real and it's there. And let's face it, it has happened to some big actors that all of a
sure.
sudden they just don't work again. And it's like, oh, what happened to that person?
It is funny because I remember this one Persian actor. He was working like gangbusters back when I was younger, and I was like, oh my God, this guy. And it just stopped. And I was so terrified of that. And I had the dumbassness, not a word, asked him like an idiot. I'm like, hey, why did it stop? I'm like this young dipshit asking this guy that. And I'm like, oh my God, the fact that he didn't punch me in the face, that's such a rude question. But he was so kind in his answer and it stuck with me forever. He goes, I thought my shit didn't stink. And
Mhm.
I turned down a lot of crap that I probably shouldn't have done that with. I thought I was above it. And
Yeah.
and it just went away. I'm like, my jaw dropped when his answer, because at least there was a reason, right? So, oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's one mistake I'll never make. Like I took that and I go, don't ever think that you're above any gig,
Right.
right? That's what I took from that, and it stuck with me to this day. Where sometimes it's probably to my detriment, where I'm like, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a difficult line to walk because on the one hand, you want to make sure you're still working. On the other hand, sometimes they come to us and they they want us to do all this work and they don't want to pay us, or they don't want to give us this, or they don't want to give us that. When, let's face it, probably a white actor's getting like, like who should be our equal is getting more,
Oh
and it's
yeah,
like,
I know that from
sometimes,
facts. I've
right?
seen it. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like sometimes you kind of do have to stick up for yourself and be like, I can't. That's like not even going to pay my mortgage. That's an insult. I can't do it,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like this, I don't know if you know who Aryan Moyad is. He was in
No.
Succession. He played Stewie. He's this
Oh,
brilliant,
yes.
brilliant Iranian actor, and this guy not only is incredible, he's like the first Tony nominated Iranian twice, and just brilliant. But more than that, not more than that, equal to that, he has so much self worth, and he tells the biggest of the big to go fuck themselves. And if they're not paying, he's not playing. Like it's wild to watch, and it's not like he doesn't need it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Yeah.
And the amount of sometimes I see C's part for him, and I'm like, oh god. And you can't fake that. I don't think. I think you really have to be able to do that without like, oh my god, I
You
may lose this
do.
gig. You know?
But that's also where like good reps come in. I have had
Yes.
reps say to me, we're not going to let you do it for that amount. And I'm like, no, 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 don't lose me this job.
Same. Yeah.
And they don't lose me. Like they actually were right, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
because we really do. It's like, oh God, it is. I mean, people, they put their nose up to this comment, but it is true. When you are black or brown, queer, disabled, there's so many different things that you can be that are not quote unquote the norm on screen, that people are
Yeah.
not used to seeing, that aren't considered attractive or whatever. And so
Hmm.
it can be really scary to,
Totally.
say no to something, because it could be like, oh God,
No.
so is anyone ever going to come back and ask me to do anything ever
A
again?
100%. It's scary. It is, and thankfully I have the incredible reps who constantly like, you're not doing that,
Nice.
because if it was me, I'd be like, oh, I
Right.
want to work. I don't know, but they're like, we're gonna just you shut up,
Right.
you
We
know?
got you.
Yeah, they're like, do you know what you've done? Like, are you aware
Right.
of your career? I'm like, I don't know. Am I? I don't know.
But it's like, yeah, you're aware of it, but at the same time, like you said, actors are driven by fear, and that sense of lack, and that idea of, oh my God, I could be selling airplane parts again in 5 minutes.
Oh my God, God
It's
forbid.
it's like that thing. Like, I worked in a restaurant in New York. I thought that was never going to happen again. I was working, the work went away. I moved to LA when I was 35 years old, and what did I do? I worked in a restaurant. And that to me, like, I'm going to be 50 next week, and
Are
I'm
you
just like, I
really?
still,
Holy cow! What are
yeah,
you drinking?
lots of kombucha. Um,
Amazing. You look
um,
great.
it's genetic too, but my parents, but it, like, that idea of like, oh my God, like, when am I going to be 55 and like, working in a restaurant again one day? Like, that fear is so real for me.
Totally. I agree.
It's
I get it. Like, especially now with what's happening, I have a real hard time. I don't know if you feel this way, but so lately I'm allowing outside noise to make me scared.
mhm.
And
It's
like
difficult not to.
I understand the area or where our business is. I get it. I know. Of course I know. My partner is this she's a brilliant MD PhD at Harvard. I'm going to brag about her because she's a genius and she's a fucking badass. She's better than me in every way. And she is a real hard ass sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a
Hmm.
sensitive, baby. And I was like, God, but what if this happens and my friend so and so's not working and so's not auditioning? And she goes, that's not your reality though, dude. Like, stop. You've busted your ass. It's not your reality. So don't make other people's reality yours and just adding more fear to this fear based business because
Yeah.
you feel guilty or something. No, that's kind of true. I am allowing that. Seriously, like
Hmm.
I just worked and I'm terrified. You know what I'm saying? And
I do.
and but it's also I get it though. It's awful. time in our business. Like it is
I mean,
horrific.
Hollywood, no one, I mean, Hollywood is basically dead right now. It's very, very few things filming here, and like tons of game shows and reality television and tons of horrible documentaries about true crime. And I love true crime, but horrible documentaries about true crime. And, I've got a 5-year-old and a husband who cannot just like move on a second's notice. So I can't, and also you understand as a person of color, I'm not moving to the South to do a show for God knows how many years. That's not happening, so it is very frightening right now. My show got cancelled in February. The last time I worked was August. That's when we wrapped last year. And for me, it's been years since I've had to really worry. So I was like a little nervous, but I was like, it'll be fine. And then all of a sudden,
I'm a very like, okay, look, I am not, I can't be bitter. People, I've watched it happen over and over again, and I know once someone gets bitter, it's over, right?
absolutely.
It's over.
Yes.
And I fight one of my best friends is this brilliant actor and super was has been working for years, and he's teetering right now on that bitterness.
Hmm.
And I'm like, buddy, uh-uh, like no. We've been here before. Like you actually reminded me right now when you said there's so many reality shows. I'm like, do you remember when reality shows came out and we're like, oh shit, there goes scripted
Right.
TV, right? But no, that's not true. It came back. And I think we're going in a little weird wave, but ultimately, I think the budget passing in Cali will be good. It's going to take some time. I heard a bunch of production has come back to LA,
Yes.
and I just think like maybe what they were doing was punishing us for the strike, and because
Maybe.
and I my look, my thing, I mean, I'm all about it. I'm union till I die. I love SAG and I'm so grateful to be a part of SAG.
Sure.
I don't agree with all the moves we've made sometimes, but you can't, it's really not the union's fault actually if you really want to get into it. But I think I think they're punishing us, scaring us straight in a sense and saying don't do that shit again because it's coming up again. And this is a
Hmm.
theory of mine trying to be positive is okay, we're coming back to another renegotiation period. Don't do that shit again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the repercussions will be what you dealt with after the strike was over, which has been fucking brutal, right? So
Yeah. And I mean, there's been
maybe,
strike and after strike after strike in many different areas
right.
too.
So maybe that's why it's been this way. And maybe they had a bunch of stuff stacked away where I don't know. But I'm noticing it's slowly trickling back to a little normalcy where we're getting like
Hmm.
episodic seasons coming back a little bit. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's not, as bad. And then I just feel like everyone's scared of AI. I'm scared of AI. I
Yeah.
don't think that I'm praying. I don't think people can mm, really stomach listening to a robot or watching a
No, I
robot.
don't think it's gonna, like, I kept saying to my rep this summer, I was like, listen, because she kept on being like, you've got to go and do that job in Atlanta. And I'm like, I'm not moving to Atlanta, And so I was just kind of like, listen, I feel like it's going to start again in September because there's so many of us who don't want to go and work in Tennessee or Georgia or North Carolina or, move our families all the way to Canada or whatever, right? And there are tons and tons of producers who don't want that either. And there are
Yeah.
tons and tons of studio heads and bigwigs who they don't want to build a whole new thing like somewhere else. So
Right.
I was like, I think they're starting to realize that even though they have done pilots in those places that have been
Hmm.
great and cost effective, it is actually not cost effective to do full shows in those areas, which is why there isn't that much TV and they're pulling stuff from Germany and they're pulling stuff from England. And, I think they've started to realize that and they know they need to bring it back to LA. Again, like, can we not get the tax breaks going a little more? Like, let's get to that tipping point. But I do think that there was a little bit of, well, we'll show them. We'll just go, elsewhere and do other things.
Yeah.
But I think we've all come to the realization that the thing that puts money in everybody's pockets in Los Angeles is this film industry.
Yeah.
Like it's got to get back to a semblance of what it was.
I noticed in New York, it's much better than LA. New York, I
Oh,
live in New York now, so I moved from LA to New York last year, and I because there's theater here, but there's a lot of TV and film shooting here too.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's coming
and
back. I mean, it was
yeah,
really great in like 2007, 2008, and then it all went away. And I lived in New York. I was in New York for 15 years, and that's when I came here. Um, but let's talk about theater. Have you been doing theater in New York?
yeah. Actually, I just did a play last year for about 5 months called English. That won the Pulitzer.
Mm-hmm.
She's brilliant, and that writer, that's that playwright, has a new play, and she we just did the reading at the Atlantic, and it's really good. So I've
That's
been doing a
exciting.
bunch of readings and workshops, which I'm so excited about. That's part of the reason I came here is like to have that community and get a call and go, "Hey, we're doing this play reading. Can you do it for 3 days?" And I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted. Not only to have the market of New York, because I worked in New York a lot, but um, to have that artistic juice from New York
Mm-hmm.
is pretty awesome.
It is. There's
Um,
nothing like it,
it's nothing
honestly.
like it. Like I get so giddy when I'm on the subway and I'm like running my lines like a little dork, and just I get so excited that I'm still doing this. I'm so grateful. I cannot believe
Yeah,
how lucky I am. But yeah, I mean,
amazing.
yeah, it's been good. I've been meeting a lot of people and new, a new community of artists, which is exciting for me. And not, the problem I had in LA, my own doing. I'm obsessed with acting. I'm obsessed with it, and I'm obsessed with actors. And all my friends are actors in LA, pretty much. And sometimes that's good, and sometimes that's not so good. And in New York, I have such a plethora of
Yeah.
different types of not just artists, but bar owners or lawyers, doctors. Like it's so different. It's because
Mm-hmm.
not everyone's an actor here. Everyone in LA is an
Exactly.
actor.
Exactly. And actors in New York are very different. They're more
If
about
you're an
the
actor in New York,
art.
you're the real deal. Like
Yeah.
as soon as
They
someone
love
tells
doing
me
the
that,
thing.
yeah, I light up as soon as someone tells me they're an actor in New York. I'm like, what? Oh
Yeah.
my god. In LA, I'm like my dentist. I'm not exaggerating. This is a true story. I swear to you. I'm in the fucking dental chair or whatever it's called. She's literally about to give me a cavity, and she gives me her headshot and resume.
Oh my God.
I couldn't even make that up. Like,
Oh my God.
swear. Doctor, her own office, her own thing. It was crazy. And that's LA in a nutshell. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's true. I mean, it's very rare to find someone who lives in LA who isn't connected to the industry in some way. I mean, it's like you said about your significant other. My husband's a mechanic. He could not possibly
oh,
care
God
less.
bless. Yeah. That's what, I always used to think like sometimes when we first started dating, I'd be like, God, it'd be so much, you don't get it. You don't get it. You know? I would be so much easier if I was dealing with someone who's an actor. And then,
But would it?
no, we don't need two crazies in one family. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We need
Like,
someone who's like grounding everything.
yeah, 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 100%. Like, literally today, she repeated something I had said, and I heard her say it. It sounded so preposterous. I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. That's so ridiculous. The
I
shit
know,
we say.
it's the same thing. Or the things we worry about too, like when she like, was like, stop it, that's not you. Like, don't live in someone else's reality. I'll say some things, I'll say things to my husband sometimes, and he's like, is that a real problem? I'm
Mm.
like, no, no, it's not. You're right. That's not a real problem.
Oh, I mean, I used to have like my therapist back my I don't know which number therapist, but my therapist. I remember I had a real problem early in my career where I would compare myself to everybody. Right, comparison, as they say, is a thief of joy. That is so
Hmm.
true. And I would wake up. First thing I would do every day is go on Deadline Hollywood, and I would scroll it and see who booked what, and it
Oh,
wasn't me, right? And it would just cause all this anxiety and stress and fear and all. And the therapist goes, "You're not allowed to go on that website ever again." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She
nice.
goes, "Mm-mm, you got to stop. Unless you're in it, you're not allowed to go on that website."
Yeah.
And I haven't been on that website in 15 years, unless I'm in it,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. No, I don't even watch myself anymore,
Oh,
honestly.
no, no. I couldn't. I mean, I have such a problem with that as is. I have a real that's interesting you say that. I have a problem watching myself, but then and it's not out of like a place of like, because like that pretentious, like, like it's not that. It's more of like I just don't want to beat myself up,
Oh,
right?
it for me, it's that same thing. It's like, "Oh, I should have said it that way," or, "Oh my god,
Yes,
if I'd
or the
known the story
editing
was
or
going in
whatever.
that
Yeah,
way,"
yeah.
or yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
Same with me.
but then you're like, well, if I don't watch it, how am I gonna get better? And it's funny because that same job with Cranston, I put so much weight on it, and I was so nervous because I love him so much. And I remember watching the first scene I was in, and I went in like a 3-day depression. I was just like, oh my god, that's the worst shit I've ever seen in my life.
Were you watching
Oh my.
dailies or was it the
No,
final?
it came out. It was like one of those early streamers called Sneaky Pete,
Mhm.
and we were like anticipating it, and it's a big deal that you're on it, and me and Giovanna Ribisi, and just nerve wracking. And he is fucking brilliant. So I'm like, I watched that first scene, and I almost vomited. It was like 3 days of that. I'm like, God, you're so bad. Oh my God, you're done. You're done.
No.
And then I would get these messages from people online. Oh my God, you're so great. And I'm like, no, no, you're not watching the same thing. I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. And then I don't know, like 6 months later, I kind of I was I don't remember what triggered me to watch it. And then I watched it. I'm like, oh, it's not that bad.
You do have
Right?
to be a little removed from it,
Yeah.
time-wise.
So that's what I've noticed, even with our self tapes now. It's like your first viewing of something, give it a beat and then go back to it.
I didn't the set I do them and I send them to my people. I'm like, "I
Oh,
did
good.
7
Yeah.
takes,
I
you pick. I'm not
Oh,
doing it because
wow.
'cause
Really?
it'll take me 3 hours. I'll be nitpicking everything that nobody's even
I'm
noticing. I'm
proud
like,
of
"You
myself
just."
with that. I'm like, "Fuck that. Here you go. I liked what I did and how I felt,
Nice.
and I'm done."
I mean, that is, I mean, I am much more, and part of being able to send it to them now too is that I don't care. I'm like, just
Oh,
send
what a
them whatever,
great place to
you
do
know?
that.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm just like, send them whatever. I did it. I did the best that I could do in that moment. If you want me to do it again, tell me and I'll do it again, but I'm not going to
Mhm.
torture myself over it. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's true because sometimes you watch these tapes that are going viral, you always think like, "Oh my god, these guys must be De Niro, whoever booked this. Whoever booked this must be Meryl Streep. I gotta see that tape." And you watch some of these tapes, they're great, but they're not like
and what I remember too is like most of these casting directors know us.
right.
And a lot of times it's a request to audition. It's not even like
Mhm.
you've been sent it, like you've
Totally.
been submitted, like they've asked you to audition for it.
Mhm.
And if they even remotely think that you're right for the character, you're gonna get a producer session. Like it's fine. We do like to torture ourselves a little
I
bit.
mean, the whole business is torturous, but we chose it for a reason. I love it. The highs are so great
Yeah,
that it's worth it to me. And I think
yeah.
if you can just go and just enjoy, it's so easy to say this shit. I'm telling you, I don't always feel this way, but it's like if you really think about all the exciting, even the no's. I heard someone say like, "I got another no, one closer to a yes." Boom. I'm
Absolutely.
like, what an attitude. Shit, I'm gonna try that. you
But it's
know?
true. I mean, if you think about how many years it's taken any actor who does get good auditions to get to the point where casting directors are excited to see what you send in, and you know that you do actually really, really have a chance.
Yeah,
To get to that point, that's years and years and years of auditioning and doing work. And,
yeah.
it's hard to get to that level, and we're there. And yes, it doesn't necessarily make it any less frightening insofar as not being able to know for sure whether or not you're going to end up with a job. But when you think of literally the hundreds of thousands of people who would love to be in that situation, who
Oh,
will
100%.
maybe never get a rep, maybe never go to an actual audition, or go and not be put on camera because the assistant doesn't think that they're worth it or whatever.
It's so
You
true. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're, I always tell myself because I have that problem with comparison and like age and like I got to hit this by this and da, da, da. I used to have that problem. And I'm like, well, if you're gonna compare up, why don't you compare down,
Yeah.
like quote unquote down, like
Absolutely, but it's also like, I'm thinking about at the beginning of your career where they were like, well, we already have one of you. And it's like, but there isn't another you. Like it just doesn't, that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
you know? And one of the reasons why that doesn't exist is because of actors like you who have given performances so that people can see, oh, right, brown and black and Asian and Latino people are human beings too, and they have nuance and different personalities and whatever. And so now instead of having just like the one Middle Eastern slash Indian slash Pakistani whatever actor who like
Yeah.
encompasses everything,
Yeah.
there are 10 actors now at that
Yeah.
agency.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So I mean,
true.
you are a part of that evolution. Your performances are a part of that
Well, I
evolution.
appreciate that. I never
It's
thought about that.
important. It's true though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's absolutely 100% true. And now my final question,
Hmm.
I want to know about that class, that theater class that changed everything for you.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I had practice. So tennis was all encompassing in my life. So it was like 6 hours a day, especially in college. Like it's so much work. And I wasn't really happy. I was just doing it because I wanted to retire my parents. My parents struggled a lot and gave me everything. And I wanted my dad to stop working and my mom to stop working. And I thought, I'm really good at this and I can do it. And maybe that's the quickest way. And when you're doing something like that without real passion, it's really hard to be successful at it. And the amount of pressure I would put on myself would basically held me back from, let's say, I was top 10 in the country to being, number one in the country because I was so nervous. One day, my really good friend in college knew no one else knew. Really, I had this like inner dream of being an actor. And I was like, well, no one looks like me on TV. I can't do that. That's stupid. But I would love it because I love movies and I love TV. And he's like, hey, let's take a theater class together. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You're crazy. He's like, come on, let's just do it. Why not? It's a credit we need anyway. Let's just do it. And I was so scared. He's like, come on, I'll go with you. Let's do it together. And I go. It was an hour long. That was the greatest hour of my life. I literally walked to the court and I was like, "Have a good one, dude. I'm done. I quit." And I called my dad, doctor, Iranian doctor. I'm like, "Dad, oh, I was so scared." And he was so supportive. He's like, "Okay." And he's like, "I give you 1 year in LA." I'm like, "That's all I need. I'll be a star." A year. And month 11, I booked a co-star on a show called Sleeper Cell. I got my SAG card and I was it. I was like, okay, that's it. I
Bye.
made it. I'm done. $1,000, SAG card. Meanwhile, how much did it cost to join SAG?
Right.
And yeah, and then my dad, God bless him, he's like, this is what you want, and you're really giving it your go, and you actually got a real job. Go for it.
That's love.
Yeah, it was real love. Yeah. I remember
Oh,
taking a car. I got him a car for Father's Day. I got him a Cadillac. I was like, I showed up with it with the big red bow on it, and it was
God,
and
I
it,
love it.
and it was his birthday, and he had no idea I was coming home. And I called him up. I'm like, Dad, I came home to surprise you for your birthday. And he's like, Oh, I'm like, but I got in an accident, and I need you to come outside to see if it's my fault or not. He's like, Okay. Are you okay? I'm okay. Comes outside in his underwear, and he sees this new car with a bow on it. And he looks at me, he's like, "What?" He goes, "Oh my god, congratulations," as if I bought it for myself.
Because
Like,
not in a million years did he
I
like
I was like, "Why would I put a bow on a car for myself?"
just driving around with a bow on a
Yeah.
car. It's
I'm like,
mine.
"No, Dad, happy Father's Day. This is for you."
Oh my God.
So
That
this
is,
beautiful art allowed that to happen.
see, those are the things we have to remember in those times where we're like, am I ever going to work again? It's
No,
like,
no.
wow, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. That's a big deal. And
Yeah.
like that's your parents' dream. That's all they
Mhm.
want for you they escaped like craziness
I
and
know.
madness so that you could have a better life. And here you are. You're
Yeah.
the
And
joy.
I keep saying my dad, I mean, my mom, good God, my mom did probably more, and I've done the same things for my mom. I mean, the same exact things. For some reason, I don't know, I guess it's so stupid of me because I always make that mistake. They both sacrifice so much. And my mom was the one who would always tell me, like, it's gonna happen. I know it. You're gonna be bigger, biggest star. Da, da, da. Like it was a blind trust that
Yeah.
you need. you need someone. I don't know who it's going to be. As an actor, this is such a lonely profession when you're not
Mhm.
working and trying to make it. You need that blind trust from someone other than yourself.
I always tell people at the end of this podcast to go and find their joy, but it is important no matter what you're doing, even if it is being an actor, to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with the right friends, with the
Hmm.
right partner, to understand that just because you're related to someone doesn't mean they get to be in your life, or you've been friends with them since childhood doesn't mean they get to be in your life. You need to really, it's an art form almost to craft your own village, your own community of friends and people who you can be yourself around and who aren't going to bullshit you and are going to support you.
Hmm.
It's very important no matter who you are, honestly.
Totally. I mean, the
Yeah.
energy you get, the amount of anxiety certain people can cause you is not worth it. I don't care who they
No.
are. Honestly, I don't give a shit who they are.
Ditto.
It's just
Hmm.
we have such a short amount of time on this planet. And if I was to cause any human being that kind of stress or anxiety, I would remove myself from their life because I wouldn't want that. So you're right. Like, especially with what we do, I'd say any profession, of course, any walk of life doesn't matter. But this is an acting podcast. We need a tribe, and it took me 7 long years in LA to find it. It
Hmm.
took me like 6 months in New York, my first stint, and it was
Yep, that's the way it goes.
so weird. But it's so necessary because it's so lonely and it's so scary, and it just you need people who are supportive and not jealous because
Yes.
there's a lot of jealousy, and I can't tell you how many times there are certain people in my life that were in my life that I would have to, like, not tell them I booked something
Hmm.
or trying to, like, put it down and make it not a big deal because I didn't wanna deal with it, and that's just not okay. I won't allow it. I've cultivated a good amount of people who are in my life where I can celebrate with and actually tell them good things, and they want good for me, and I want good for them because I think we're just put in this thought process of like, if you get it, then you took it away from me,
No,
kind
that's
of
not how it
thing. And it's like
works.
that's not how it's what's for you won't get by you is like the best thing I've heard, and it's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many auditions have you heard of people turning down and then it just or saying no or like whatever the case may be, but it always found them because they were the person to get the part. No matter
Yeah.
what you thought you were doing or you I don't know. It just it's such a
Yeah.
true statement. It happens
Or
over and over and over.
conversely, you don't get something and you're like, I really wanted that. And then the next month you get like a dream job and you're like, oh my God, if I was doing that other thing, I wouldn't have gotten this.
That's what happened with me on Shameless. Shameless was I was they wouldn't see me. They saw every brown actor in LA. And I had the most incredible manager. And she was like just relentless. I love him, John Levy, but he finally he's like, all right, fine, I'll see him. I'm like, good grief. And I thought, oh, this is just gonna be one of those sessions where he's not even looking at me. He's just doing this to get it over with. So I was like, whatever, I'm going in there and fuck it. I don't care. And I start doing the scene. He starts looking up. And then after the scene, he goes, huh, are you, can you come in and test tomorrow? I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah. Cut to one of the
Amazing.
biggest job, but I had tested for a pretty shitty CW pilot that would have taken me out of that
There
had I
you
gotten
go.
it. So what's
Yeah,
for you won't
it's
get by you.
and also it brings me joy when my friends who I know work hard as I do anyway, if not
Yeah,
harder,
same.
book things. It makes me happy. They deserve it.
But also, like, yeah,
It's
there's a positive. That's more reinforcement that this possible, right?
yes,
When someone's
yes,
winning, it means you can win too, right?
yes.
Especially someone close to you.
Yeah, I would much rather that someone I love gets the job than, it's like, why wouldn't I? Yeah, it's an important lesson. And if you're listening to this and you're not capable of that, you need to, maybe you
Therapy.
need, I mean, listen, I've been in therapy for 12 years and it was supposed to be 6 months. I thought it'd be over then. I was like, I'm gonna get a little bit
No,
of therapy before I get married, just a little bit. Never ends, guys.
no, it won't end. It's like going to the gym for your brain. I don't know.
You have to.
I
You
think
have
you
to.
have to. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you for this. This has been
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank
It's
you.
been lovely meeting you and
Same. Big
chatting with
fan.
you. Thank you for your time. What? What did you
Yeah.
just say?
I want to hang up and ask you a question.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you everybody for watching and listening to the podcast. And remember to go out and find your joy, the thing that makes you happy today. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.